to take the seats shortly. I am making an observation. A lot of your spouses are on the Facebook feeds. The optics are not good. When they're individual people, they have their own rights. They're allowed to do whatever they want. I can't say, don't do that. But when the spouses of Board of Ed members get involved in discussions, it doesn't have good optics. After Laura Grimalkian won the election, her husband sent me a private message. I have it copied. It says, "Thanks for supporting my wife," which I did not do. "You truly helped her win with all your posts because I asked some obnoxious, intrusive questions." It was a private message to me from a spouse of an elected board member. And it was wrong. It was sarcastic. It was obnoxious. It was 11:30 at night, so it pinged my phone and woke me up. It was uninvited. I would ask you to tell your significant others, because you guys don't do that, to not engage as much as possible. And I know that they have their own opinions and their own. Just like my husband can't get me to keep my mouth shut, I get it.
In 20 years, I've been incredibly unsuccessful in making a point at what my wife should and shouldn't comment on. I am not going to begin here. I'm not going to speak for anyone else, but I suspect that vote would be unanimous.
The only thing that I can say is if there's any way to impress upon the spouses that it actually is not helpful, it can sometimes be hurtful.
It's not, but they're like you said,
they're independent people.
My husband isn't on Facebook. I mean,
I get it. I understand that, but
nor will I ever try.
I get it, but this last experience, I mean, she's a newly elected member. It was obnoxious, and he shouldn't have done it. And I know
you're both adults, then you should be dealing with it. Then I mean, it's.
Well, I'm bringing it to your attention because maybe in closed session you guys will say something. I know Chad Rubin also made a comment that he should not have made.
You know what? I think we can all agree. I hope we can all agree that there have been many comments on social media that should not have been made, and I don't think there's that's not the spouses of board members or future board members or spouses of speakers or speakers themselves. I think we can all. I'd like to think we're all mature enough to agree that there have been a load of posts over the last 2 months that should not have been made. And I can tell you, if I saw the kind of posts about my spouse that our spouses have seen about us, I would want to chime in too. I want to chime in myself, but I can't do that.
Right, I understand that.
But I'm just suggesting that we're all talking about keeping. We all want to end bullying, and we all want our kids to treat others the way they want to be treated. I'd like to encourage everybody out there on social media to think about that before you post. I mean, there are a lot of emails that I write that I put aside for 24 hours, and I think, do I really want to send that or not? Maybe I should take another look at that one. And I think that's a good rule to follow for posting too. And maybe hitting send at 11:30 at night or 2 o'clock in the morning is not the right idea. And maybe posting 50 times a day on the same topic isn't effective either. So I would encourage everybody to do that.
I misunderstood what you said, but what I heard you say, it was a private message from somebody to you.
So, but I don't know that was the wife of the newly elected board member.
But Joy, but the point is, nobody in this room knew anything about it.
I'm not accusing anybody of anything.
Until you even brought it up.
No, I'm just saying.
Actually, that's not true because she then posted it publicly for everyone to see the private message.
I'll be honest.
So you took a private message and then posted it publicly.
I don't read any of this. I'm not on any of these sites. I've done this a long time. My husband doesn't go on. He doesn't read them. It's just because there's no benefit from my perspective in doing it because it becomes very antagonistic. However, if it was a private conversation between two of you,
it was not a private conversation. It was one-sided.
But what you said when you stood up here, and that's what I was trying to understand, is that it was a private message from Laura's husband
to you,
being
obnoxious. Yes.
But okay, whether you thought it was obnoxious, you guys, in my mind, you should have handled between you. Nobody, not everyone sitting in this room knew about it or what transpired.
Well, I posted it, so whoever was on, because I wanted to call out
Jackie,
that the optics are
all right.
That the optics are not good, and that's my point.
Okay.
I mean, you guys are elected
Thank you.
officials, and unfortunately, your spouses are, it's like,
Our spouses are entitled to free speech, just as everyone in this community is. Thank you.
I respectfully disagree with you on that point. Just as you said, your husband doesn't control when you come up here and stand, nor would you let him. I wouldn't expect anyone sitting around this table to say to their spouse, "You're not allowed to do this," because I'm a volunteer elected official.
I'm not implying that they're not allowed. I'm just saying that the optics of getting into an argument don't reflect well back. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
Well, we can all agree
That's it.
to disagree on that. Okay, thank you.